Welcome back, y'all. Today I want to talk to you about something I feel is super important, and that is achieving flawless skin. It's so much harder to when you have problematic skin. And real quick, I just want to talk about some of the comments in my last few videos. People can be so mean. Like, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, why don't you invest in your skin? Stop wearing makeup. Your skin looks like shit, blah 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 blah. Like, what would be hurtful to most, I don't really let the comments affect me, but they're there and I read them, and I just, it makes me sad for others that do get bullied, because I get a lot of messages saying like, how do you put up with the haters? How do you deal with being criticized all the time? And the simple answer is I don't. I just do what I do, and I'm happy. I don't have perfect skin, and I'm okay with that. I'm trying my best to make it better. I'm not perfect, and I'm not gonna not do like a foundation routine and start with my bare face. I'm not gonna not do that just because I have acne. Like, I'm gonna show you what I look like without makeup, you know what I'm saying? So regardless if my skin looks like shit that day or if it is doing really well, because some days my skin is clear, some days it's not. So don't let anyone ever make you feel you're not beautiful if your skin is perfect or if it's not, if you choose to wear makeup to cover it up or if you don't let anyone ever make you feel bad about yourself. So important to understand that anyone that would be hateful or mean towards you is really just unhappy with themselves. And before, back in the day, I would let it get to me, and now it's just like, I really do feel bad for the people that feel the need to put others down, especially on social media. So as most of you know, I don't have perfect skin, and a lot of you ask, how do you get your skin to appear like it is perfect even though it's really not? So today I'm going to be sharing 8 steps that I like to take to get my skin looking its absolute best. So first step, of course, besides cleansing your face, you want to exfoliate the skin. This is going to remove all the dead skin cells and just give a clean canvas to the face for when you do apply your moisturizer, your primer, and your foundation. I used to exfoliate a lot and I noticed that it irritated my skin, so now I only do it twice a month, so every 2 weeks. I like the Nugg. I've seen some reviews on Makeup Alley of Nugg masks. They're like $3. They come in this little tub. I really like the Nugg face mask. Cranberry seed oil gently removes dead skin cells for a smooth, clear complexion. They look like this. These are $3. My skin is actually in a really good place right now, and I changed my routine up a lot. Actually, I'm actually using acne.org, the steps that they have to offer. I can't use a lot of exfoliators because they just irritate my skin. This one, however, I love, and again, they're only $3. So the exfoliator is going to smooth out your skin, and the hydrating mask is going to hydrate your face. The more smooth and hydrated your skin is, the better your foundation application is going to be. I will use the deep cleansing mask when I go really hard at the gym and I'm just like sweating profusely, like my face is soaking wet. I'll come home and I'll do that deep cleansing mask. And I also have a coupon code for 10% off. If you use Pamper at checkout, you will get 10% off, and they're only $3. So I am a huge sample type of person. I don't like to commit to anything unless I tried it. So if you are like me, you're gonna love these. They also have an anti-aging mask, helps to improve skin elasticity and neutralize free radicals, non-drying and gentle. And last is the soothing, and this helps calm and balance and hydrate trouble or sensitive skin. I like to do this once a week. This one, I noticed a huge difference in the redness of my face. It really just calms it all down. It makes my skin feel great. Second step is moisturize. whether you have dry skin or oily skin, you have to moisturize your skin. My favorite is from Neautragena. It is the oil-free combination skin. It has no scent. It moisturizes my skin without making it oily. This is my all-time favorite moisturizer. And my mom has dry skin, so I'm always asking her recommendations for you guys. And I'm actually the one that got her onto the Revolotion 3-in-1 toner, serum, and moisturizer. In the winter, this is my favorite, but in the summertime, my skin's just way too oily. So, but if you have dry skin all year round, this is a great moisturizer. After I apply my moisturizer, I like to wait a good 5 minutes to really let that sink into the skin. And step 3 is primer. This one I think is better for, it's the Pixie Flawless and Poreless. I think this one is good for dry skin. My mom really likes it. It's a pore minimizing face primer and it's hydrating. So you can get this at Target. These samples from beautychoice.com, I believe it was. And this is the Dermalogica Skin Perfect primer, and they're all empty. Pretty sad about that because I love this stuff. I'm all out now. I just need to commit to the full size. It's the only primer I feel really truly makes a difference in the way my foundation applies, how it wears, how it controls the oil. This stuff is amazing. So after you have your primer on, you don't have to wear a primer. For dry skin, I think the moisturizer is all you need. For oily skin, I kind of do recommend using a primer. Step 4 is foundation. Now, I am just going to recommend my favorites. I am a liquid foundation type of person, so I'm going to recommend some high-end and some drugstore. So my all-time, if I had to choose one foundation right now to use for the rest of my life, I couldn't use any other foundation, it would be the Estee Lauder Double. This is my absolute favorite ever. I love it. So this one is pricey, but it lasts me a really long time because you don't need a lot of this stuff. A fingertip amount, dot it on your face, and then I'll use like a half for my forehead. And that is actually my mom's favorite foundation too, and she has dry skin, so I think that's great for oily or dry skin. And another foundation that I love, it is a matte foundation. It's the Boots No. 7 Beautifully Matte. Great foundation. It's like 13 bucks. This foundation again is great for oily or dry skin. It's Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour wear hydrating foundation. I actually have this one on today. It's just a great, it gives a beautiful finish. It's not matte, it's not satin, it's just, it looks like your skin. It's awesome, but the coverage is a medium to full. Definitely buildable. And as far as drugstore, I really like the Maybelline Superstay, the CoverGirl Outlast, and the Revlon Color Stay. So those are just some options from high-end to drugstore that I recommend, that I love. We are going to go with a high-end foundation. The great thing about that is you can go to the makeup counter, tell them what you are looking for, if you want full coverage, light coverage, maybe you want a powder foundation, maybe you don't want liquid. Just talk to them of what your expectations are of a foundation, and they will help you and ask for a sample size and wear it for a day or two. Usually the samples are enough for a couple times. You can use them a couple times. So wear the foundation, see if you like it, make sure it's your color before you spend the money on a high-end foundation. The tools you're going to use and where you're going to start with your foundation and your tool. So there's beauty blenders, there's your fingers, and there are brushes. You have your traditional foundation brush. I like to put foundation on the back of my hand, pick it up with a brush, and pat it. With this brush, I would use patting motions. You don't want to swipe with this brush. You're gonna get streaks. This you need to pat into the skin. The beauty blender. My favorite way used to be my fingers, and I don't know. One day I was like, I think I was watching I forgot her name. She's a YouTuber, and actually a lot of YouTubers were using the Sigma F80, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try a foundation brush for my foundation. Got the Sigma F80, and I will never use my fingers, a beauty blender, any other brush but this brush. This brush is amazing. With the F80, all I do is, where did it go? The F80, I just stipple it on my face. If you want a more lighter finish, definitely use your fingers or a brush. Like this is the e.l.f. small stipple brush. This gives a really light coverage. Problematic area is my jawline, so I like to start here and work my way up. If I don't have any like blemishes or anything, I usually start at my cheeks and just kind of work my way out. And then when I'm done with this part of my face, I like to get a little bit more product and then do my forehead. I don't like to dot it everywhere because I feel like I have to kind of race to get it all blended in. So I like to separate this half of my face and then my forehead. 7, concealer. If I have any blemishes, spots peeking through, I usually take whatever foundation I'm using because I usually use a full coverage foundation. I use the foundation as my concealer to go over any spots, and I like to use a Sigma medium angled shading brush, E70. It's an eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it. I'll pick up the foundation on this brush and then I'll go over the spots that I have. If you are using a lighter foundation, you don't want anything that's full coverage, I would, and you still have spots, whoa, why can't I talk? You still have spots peeking through, then you can go ahead, of course, use a concealer. Be sure you're not using a highlighting concealer because that is to highlight. You want to make sure it's a concealer and it's as close to the foundation you use as possible. I really like the Revlon Age Defying one, and the LA Girl concealer, Pro Concealer, is really good too. And the last step, 8, is powder. And I know not everyone sets their foundation. I recommend everyone to set their foundation, whether you have dry skin or not. If you have dry skin, this one is my mom's favorite, and in the winter time I love this one too. It's the Physicians Formula Youthful Wear. It's really light, and I want to say it's hydrating just because it feels, it's not chalky, it's a really soft powder, and it just, I don't know, it feels awesome. It's nothing heavy, and it just, I like it's great. It gives like a glow to the skin. It's really great drugstore powder. And I am a fan of setting my foundation with a mineral powder. This is pure mineral, and it is a foundation. I don't go in heavy with this. If I apply a mineral foundation on top of my foundation, I will use a brush. I will use my Sigma dual fiber brush, the F50, which is similar to MAC's, what is this, 187? They're almost identical. So the Sigma F50 is of course a lot cheaper. So if I'm going to set my foundation with a mineral foundation, I will use this brush because it's going to give just the lightest bit of coverage to my skin. Another great drugstore powder is the L'Oreal True Match Mineral. This stuff is super soft and it has a good amount of coverage to it. So great stuff. Another great drugstore powder is the L'Oreal True Match Mineral. This stuff is super soft and it has a good amount of coverage to it. So great stuff. And another great powder, if you want like a super matte finish, is the Vincent Longo pressed powder. I'm actually about to, oh, I hit pan already. Yes, this stuff is thebomb.com. That is super matte, great for oily skin. And another favorite of mine, I don't grab for this too much in the summertime because I need a little bit more of a mattifying powder. But in the winter, this is definitely a favorite. It is the Mineralize Skin Finish Natural, and I am in the color Light Plus. gives a beautiful finish to the skin. My favorite powder brush, pretty much for any powder that I'm gonna use, is the e.l.f. Forgot what this is called. Oh, the flat top. I don't know. I'll leave the link down below. I know a lot of people love this brush. My handle fell off. I don't care though because this brush was only $3 and I had it for a really, really long time. I actually have like 2 of these. I don't know where the other 2 are, but I don't care if it broke. I still use this sucker. It's awesome. I like to just push the powder into my skin. I love this brush. Hope that was helpful. And yeah, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, but I have that if you want to follow me. And Tumblr too. And you guys be nice to each other. Be nice to me. I mean, you don't have to. I'm a strong person, so I can like deal with all the shitty ass comments, but be nice to people just in general. And be nice to yourself. So, alright y'all, I'll see you in my next video.